There are a couple of countries in Europe that are not part of Schengen zone, that are not part of EU, but actually are beautiful to reside in and probably are considered a bit of an emerging market. If you are a real estate investor, if you're looking for a nice place to settle down in, whether you retire, be a digital nomad. And today we'll talk a little bit more about the possibilities of actually residing in these countries in the future. Hello, my name is Tiana, and I have been working with Nomad Capitalist as part of the strategy team over the years, making plans for those who are high net worth individuals and helping them create holistic plans that will take them where they're treated best. A couple of countries in the Southeastern Europe have actual paths to easier residence permit, close proximity to the EU, but are not really covered by all the laws of the EU. So depending on if this is a cup of your tea, let's dive into a little bit more information about these countries. First country I would like to talk about is Albania. It's probably one of the best real estate markets that is emerging at the moment, as the country is developing a whole lot and real estate is not as expensive as it might be in a couple of years. So if you're a real estate investor or you would just like to diversify your portfolio, Albania might be the right place for you. The process of actually obtaining residence in Albania can be quite easy. If you would like to have a temporary residence, all you would need to do is purchase a property. This residence permit would be valid for 1 year. And if you would like to keep it, all you have to do is maintain your property ownership and you renew this residence permit every year. The second option in Albania would be actually obtaining the permanent residence, which would actually mean that you have to invest not less than $2 million in the country, and you also have to create about 100 jobs. This might not be the easier route to obtain the permanent residence, but if you are interested in living in Albania, starting a business there, it can be a great option to obtain the permanent residence. Citizenship option in Albania is available after spending full 5 years in the country. And when I say full 5 years, I mean that you have to spend at least 6 months per year in the country to be eligible for the citizenship. So if you're choosing the first path, which is a temporary residence due to the real estate ownership, you would have to spend 5 years in the country in order to gain the permanent residence in Albania. Once you have the permanent residence, you would have to spend 183 days in the country per year for the next 5 years in order to become a citizen. The next country in Southeastern Europe that would be an amazing place to relocate to because of its nature and beauty would be Montenegro. Unlike Albania, the cost of real estate in Montenegro has increased over the past couple of years compared to what it was 10 years ago. However, obtaining a residence permit in Montenegro is also not that difficult. So if you purchase a property in Montenegro, you can obtain a residence permit. It would be a temporary residence permit that is renewed every year. So if you are planning on residing in the country for more than 6 months, you would become a tax resident, and by keeping the property, you keep your requirement open to actually keep the residence permit. The second option would be to actually get the residence through the company formation. What you would need to do is start a company with no capital necessary. You would have to name yourself the CEO or the employee, and then get a residence permit based on the CEO position. What that would mean is that your physical presence in the country would actually not be monitored because your presence outside of the country could be considered a business trip. So this would be an easier way to actually get the residence permit, and your family can be your dependents. Dual nationality is not allowed in Montenegro, except for those who have obtained it before 2006 when the country became independent. And as of now, there's currently only one contract standing, and that would be with North Macedonia. And if you're a citizen of North Macedonia, you can apply for dual citizenship with Montenegro. Otherwise, you will have to give up on your previous citizenship in order to naturalize. Another country in the neighborhood would be Serbia. In order to become a resident of Serbia, the paths are actually quite similar to the Montenegrin ones. You can either purchase real estate. There is no set amount that is the minimum amount to purchase a property for, and you would have to spend time in the country to actually maintain this residence permit. The second option is also the actual creation of a company in Serbia and employing yourself. And in both cases, the permit will be valid for 1 year, and it has to be renewed every year until you actually get the permanent residence. Now, what is interesting about Serbia is that they are announcing that at some point it might be possible to receive the citizenship by spending a full year in Serbia with a valid residence permit. So this one might be one to look out for. North Macedonia used to have a path to citizenship by investment, just like Montenegro did. And at the moment, when it comes to the residence permit, if you really want to reside in North Macedonia, there are 2 ways in order to do so. The first one is starting a business, an LLC, with a starting capital of 5,000 euros. And the second path would be to actually purchase a property in Macedonia with the minimum requirement of 40,000 euros. If you want to obtain citizenship in North Macedonia, once you become a resident, you would have to spend 183 plus days per year for the next 7 years You would have to pass the language test and the test on history, and then you would be able to naturalize. There's no prohibition on the dual citizenship in North Macedonia, so if you would like to spend time in this country, this could be a good option for you. Let us know down below if you have visited these countries, if you have any intention of going or visiting, and if you have any additional questions about them, please let us know about that as well. Check out our other content on our channel, and if you would like our assistance with relocation and seeing what options are out there that are best for you, you can go to our webpage and apply to become our client. Thank you for watching.